Garden. We are going to be learning about fantastic frogs today. I have a handful of questions that we're going to be learning about and an activity to go with each one. The first one is when. When a tadpole turns into a frog. Where? Where do frogs live? Who are they? How? How can they do that? And the last one is what? What do frogs eat? When a tadpole becomes a frog. So this activity, we are going to be talking about the life cycle of a frog. And inside my envelope, I have all the pieces to the life cycle, and I need your help putting them all together in the right order. Okay, let's play. I'm going to get all my cards out. All right. What does every frog start as? An egg. Every frog starts as an egg. A fun fact is that mommy frogs can lay up to 4,000 eggs. Wow, that's a lot of eggs. And a new word you can learn is frog spawn. The group of the eggs is called a frog spawn. Let's put that first. Then we need to get our arrow because a cycle means that it goes around and around again. So we're going to put up an arrow in between each picture to remind us that it repeats and goes to the next one. Okay, first it's an egg, then it's a tadpole. It's kind of like a fish because it has a tail and it swims around in the water. And it has gills. Gills is an interesting word. Gills means that that's what helps it to breathe underwater. After it's a tadpole, it becomes a froglet. A froglet means that it's part tadpole and part frog. Because look closely, it's losing its tail and it's growing legs. Okay, let's put our arrow to go to the next one. After it's a froglet, it becomes a frog. And then it starts all over again and the mommy frog lays more eggs. And it starts back at the beginning. Where do frogs live? For our next activity, we're gonna play a hide and seek game with a little frog. But before we do, let's talk about where they live. Well, the skin of a frog needs to stay wet and moist. If it doesn't, it will get sick and die. So, because it needs to stay wet, they will live near water. Most of the time, they'll live near ponds. But they also can live on land. And they'll hop around and go play on land. And when they need to get wet again, they'll go hop back into the water. Okay, let's play our hide and seek game with our froggy. I'm going to get out a word card. The first one is on. Okay, I'm going to go hide our froggy. No peeking. Okay, are you ready to look for the froggy? We're going to be looking for what he might be on. Do you see Froggy on anything? There he is! He's hiding on the log! Hi, Froggy, we found you! Okay, he's gonna hide again. Let's see our next card. Okay, in. Okay, I'm gonna hide him in something. Okay, you ready to find where he's hiding? Do you see Froggy in anything? He's in the pond swimming around. Hi, Froggy, we found you. Okay, let's play again. Let's see what the next one's gonna be. Behind. Okay. Do you see Froggy behind anything? He's hiding behind the tree. We found you, Froggy. Let's see what our last one is. In front of. Let's find Froggy. Do you see Froggy hiding in front of anything? He's in front of the tree. Who are they? A fun fact is that there are more than 4,000 different kinds of frogs of all shapes and sizes and different colors. Well, I have picked 4 of my favorite ones that I thought were really interesting, and I wanted to share them with you. We're gonna learn about them, and then we're gonna play an activity to match up the name of the frog, the picture of the frog, with the interesting fact about it. This is a wonderful book. If you want to know about all kinds of interesting frogs, more than just 4, check this book out. It's called Fabulous Frogs by Martin Jenkins, illustrated by Tim Hopgood. Well, I picked my top 4. Let's find out about them. The first one is the Goliath frog. He is the biggest frog in the whole world. And a cool fact about him, not just that he's the biggest frog in the world, but he can be as big as a house cat. Whoa, that's pretty big for a frog. So if you have a cat at home, the Goliath frog is as big as your cat. Whoa. The next one that I thought was pretty cool is this little guy. His name is the Darwin frog. He has a long pointy nose. And the daddy frogs can do something really cool. Let me find the other page. Here it is. The daddy frog scoops up the eggs, the baby frog eggs, right before they're going to hatch. And he puts them in the back of his throat in a special pouch. And they hatch inside his throat. And when they get a little bit bigger and they're swimming around in their tadpoles, then they'll come out of his mouth. Whoa, and there's a picture of all the little baby frogs inside his mouth. I thought that was really cool. Another one is this one. This one is called the flying tree frog. actually fly, but he has big webbed feet and skin between his little feet to make it so big that he can glide through the air from tree to tree, almost like he's flying. That was pretty cool. And the last one is not so cool, but it's very important to learn about. These little guys. These little guys are called poison dart frogs. These are very dangerous. They're very colorful and really cool to look at, but don't touch them because on their skin, they have what's called poison, that if you touch it, it will make you really sick. And even for animals, they're very dangerous. So that's another cool fact about their color, is that their color will warn others, don't touch me, I will make you sick. So these are called the poison dart frogs. Look at them, but don't touch them. Well, now that we have learned about them, let's play a matching game. Okay, I'm gonna get out our pictures, and I want you to try to remember what you just learned. The first one is the Goliath frog. Do you remember about the Goliath frog? He is the biggest frog in the world and can be the size of a house cat. The next one that I have is the Darwin frog. Do you remember about the Darwin frog? He has a pointed nose, and the daddy frogs can have the eggs hatch inside his mouth. So I found a picture with the frog inside his mouth. The next one I have a picture of is the poison dart frog. Although they're colorful and cool to look at, we don't touch those. The last one that I thought was really neat is the flying tree frog. His name kind of gives him away. He can glide from tree to tree. Frogs are so interesting. How can they do that? For our next activity, we're going to learn all about the parts of the frog's body and all kinds of things that frogs can do. Let's play. Okay, let's see what the parts of the body are. Okay, the first one we're going to learn about are eyes. These are the frog's eyes. They're located at the top of the head. The frog's eyes can do something really cool. When they catch food, the eyelids will close and the eyes will go in the back of its head and help push the food down to its belly. Whoa, isn't that so cool? So the eyes actually help the frog to eat their food. And they also help them to see things. Another cool fact is that frog eyes can be all different colors and shapes on different frogs. Some frogs even have star-shaped frog eyes. Wow. The next one right here on this part of the head, I bet you can guess what that is. The nose or the nostrils. That's a new word for you, nostrils. The nostrils are the actual part that helps you to smell, and frogs have those too. Mouth. Oh, there's some cool things that a frog can do with their mouth. Not only can they eat with their mouth, but their tongue, instead of it being at the back of their throat, like ours, their tongues are connected to the front of their mouth. And it helps them to stretch out their tongue really far and snap food. That is so neat that their tongues can stretch out really far. One other cool thing is their teeth. They have really tiny little bitty teeth. Wow, frogs don't actually chew up their food. They swallow their food whole. So their tongues reach out really far, snap the food back to their mouth, and their eyes help push it down. Solid, whole. They don't even chew it up. So flies and dragonflies and spiders, they'll snap them and swallow them whole. That is really cool. This next one is the belly. That's where the food goes. One other cool fact about their belly is when they're walking or moving, a lot of times you won't really see feet prints. You'll see belly prints, or like they're scooting along on their belly because it's so low. The next one are the webbed feet. Some frogs have sticky feet and help them to climb on trees and other things in the environment, and they can stick to it as they climb and walk. Other frogs have really wide skin in between their webbed feet, like the flying tree frog. The flying tree frog has really thick skin in between, and when they go from tree to tree, they can glide and almost like they're flying. The next one is the skin. Their skin is really interesting. They can breathe through their skin. Wow! How cool is that? We can only breathe through our nose and our mouth. But frogs can also breathe through their skin. They also have slimy skin. Toads, on the other hand, are dry and bumpy, but frogs have slimy skin, and they need to stay wet. That's why they'll live near water, so that when they start to get dry, they can get back into the water and get wet. They have to stay wet and moist, or else they'll get sick and die. So that's really important for the skin of the frogs to stay wet. And that's probably why they stay so slimy. The last one we're going to learn about are their ears. Their ears are located right behind their eyes, sort of on the sides of their heads. And they have special ears because they're called tympanums. Tympanums means that they are eardrums. And when they hear things, it vibrates. And a cool fact is that it's connected all the way down to their lungs. Whoa! So when they hear things, it goes and it vibrates all the way down to their lungs and helps them to hear. Also, the size and the distance between each of them on their head determines how loud they are. Some frogs can be so loud, you wonder how it doesn't hurt them. Well, that's because it vibrates down to their lungs and helps protect them. Our last question is what? What do frogs eat? We are going to play a game to figure out what frogs eat. I'm going to roll this dice, and whatever animal it lands on, that's what we feed our froggy. This is a great activity that you can do at home. All I did was use tissue boxes. And this is the back of a shoebox. And I put it together and made a frog. This is also a great activity that goes along with the book Frog's Lunch by D. Lilligard. Great book. Okay, let's see what our animals are. Got our animals out. Okay. All right, I'm gonna lay them all out and roll the dice and see what animal our frog is going to eat. Here we go. Shake, 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 shake. It landed on a fly. Okay, Froggy, are you ready to eat a fly? Let's find our fly. Here's our fly. Mmm. They love flies. Okay, let's shake, 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 shake. Grasshopper! Okay, let's feed him a grasshopper. Grasshopper! Froggies love grasshoppers. Shake, 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 shake. Snail! Oh, let's find our snail. Here's our snail. Here you go, Froggy. Was that good? I think he likes the snails. Shake, 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 shake. An ant. Ooh, froggies love ants. Here you go. He's hungry today. 2 animals left. Oh, we already got an ant. Let's shake again. A spider! Froggies love spiders. Here's our spider. And the last one, inchworm. Here you go. Here's your inchworm. Oh, he's hungry. Great job playing. I'm going to talk to your grown-ups really quick. I had a lot of fun checking out books from the library, and I want to show you a few of my favorite ones that are really good and helpful when teaching your little ones about frogs. I will also have a list of them in the description below. The first one is for younger ones. It's called A Frog's Life by Nancy Dickmann. This one has great pictures and simple text to help describe all about frogs. This next one is one that I used in one of my games. This is called Fabulous Frogs by Martin Jenkins, illustrated by Tim Hopgood. This one is specific for different types of frogs and interesting facts about them. This one, A Tale of a Tadpole by Karen Wallace, is great about the life cycle of a frog. Another good one for the life cycle of the frog and all kinds of other interesting facts is this one, the Watch Me Grow series on frogs. This one goes through not only the life cycle of frogs, but all kinds of other interesting facts about frogs. And the last one is this one, And the Bullfrogs Sing, A Life Cycle Begins by David L. Harrison, illustrated by Kate Cogsgrove. This one is specific to bullfrogs, which are the most common frogs. I hope you enjoyed watching and learning all about frogs. Let's finish with a word of prayer. Get your prayer hands ready. Open, shut them, give a little clap. Open, shut them, put them in your prayer hands. Dear God, thank you so much for frogs and all that we can learn from them. They are so interesting. Help us to let our light shine for you. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a blessed day and let your light shine for Jesus.